a very unhealthy life, so-called, very disturbed life. One day I asked her that when she has a relation with men, does she have sexual satisfaction? She said no. I said, then how do you get sexual satisfaction? She said that I get sexual satisfaction when I masturbate. I said, well, then what is the fantasy of your masturbation? She said, doctor, I don't know. I don't know what is this. I have to fantasize that a small child's throat is slashed and blood is coming up to be able to have orgasm. So there are lots of strange fantasies which goes with orgastic orgasm that happens, but these are not healthy sexual relations. This is not what Reich was talking about, orgasm. So these matters, as I said, is not dealt with medicine. In medicine, they never talk about it. No books are written about it, and they never analyze them. The reason is that because I think even today these matters are still taboo, and even in medicine people don't want to deal with it. But people's health are lying here, in these matters. That is why I think Reich is very important. Should be taken much more seriously, given much more importance. Orgasm theory is rich theory and encompasses concepts of expansion and contraction of living protoplasm and its psychological expression as pleasure and displeasure and its relation to autonomic nervous system. And also it talks about sex economy, which is accumulation of energy and flow of energy in a healthy way. It also deals with pulsatory nature of living organism and capacity of self-regulation of living organism by regulating energy metabolism. And also it encompasses formula of mechanical tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. As I said, orgasm theory is unknown to contemporary medicine. Presence or absence of orgastic potency is treated without any significance in contemporary medicine. If you go to a doctor and ask, doctor, what is the difference between a person who is capable of having orgasm and not having, they don't know. But there must be some reason. It's a physiological reaction, but it is not given importance. Central significance of orgastic potency is dealt with in orgonomy in Wilhelm Reich's writings. So this was the theory of orgasm that is important, and he considered important for the person's health. And then the other theory is theory of armoring. Armor is defined as a total defensive apparatus of organism consisting of rigidities of the character and chronic spasm of musculature, which functions essentially as a defense against breakthrough of the emotions, primarily anxiety, rage, and sexual excitation. Remember that waiter who was calm and nice and was not getting angry? That was a type of an armor, character armor that that person had, that was not permitting his anger to come out or his feelings to express. Armoring happens in the process of child's struggle with its environment, in the process of struggle of primary motives with inhibitions, word inhibitions. Like this is it's a drive, and then this is the inhibition that is opposes that. A child, pushes, wants something or primary asks something, and then comes to the word inhibition, initially puts up a fight and protests, but then gradually submits to it. A part of the drive disassociates under the influence of outer word, then it turns against itself, and then that part itself acts as if the inhibition inhibition force. This is the mechanism that children become like their parents. I have many patients who tell me, doctor, I hated what my father was doing. I hated what my mother did, but I catch myself doing the same thing. Why? Because this is exactly the type of the mechanism that happens. Then person becomes armored, and part of the drive itself turns against itself and assumes the inhibition that the board was influencing. This is same thing. The case of the waiter who had sexual impotence led Reich to recognize character armor, and character as a whole was resisting treatment, and efforts were bounced back as if from a brick wall. The patients, he says that the patients were armored against therapeutic suggestions, as it was in the beta that I said before, and they were armored against the treatment in general. The character armor was mechanism which was blocking the affect. In summary, character armor is defined as some total character attitudes which an individual develops as a defense against emotional excitation, resulting the rigidities of the character and lack of genuine emotional contact and expressions, like that waiter that was always calm and nice. Now this is an example. There are lots of different examples. However, this character that a person shows has a somatic and physical component against, a muscular and physical component. Character armor functions in the realm of psychology, but it has physical and somatic component that acts in the realm of body. In 1933, Reich was treating a man who offered considerable resistance to uncovering his passive homosexual fantasies. This resistance was overtly expressed in extremely stiff and stern attitude of his neck and throat. Reich says that constant attack on his defensive attitude and the stiffness of neck and throat caused him finally to yell, although in an alarming way. For 3 days he became shaken by manifestations of vegetative shock. His skin was spotted and mottly. The pallor of his face changed rapidly from white to yellow and blue. He experienced violent pains in his neck and back of the head. His heartbeat was rapid and pounding, and he had diarrhea and felt tired and seemed to have lost control. The musculature, the muscles of the neck that was stiff and contracted, had function of inhibiting. When the neck muscles relaxed, powerful impulses, as if unleashed from a taut coil, broke through. Biological, sexual energy can be bound by chronic muscular tensions. Anger and anxiety can also be blocked by muscular tensions. So from here on, Reich realized that there is a physical component on the person's character attitude that was manifesting. These two armorings, one is in psychological realm, the other one is in physical realm, are functionally identical. Basically, they cannot be separated from each other. They have identical function.